are going on a safari here on the MegaCast. Well, really only out to Lake Orion, but still a safari nonetheless. With us now on the show, let's bring in Keith Aldridge. He's the owner of Canterbury Village, but you all have a very exciting program coming up. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Ronnie. Yes, we do. We're transforming Canterbury Village into a big Jurassic Park the next couple of weekends.
You definitely are dressed for the part. How are ticket sales going?
Ticket sales are going very good, and the reaction in Metro Detroit has been super positive. And obviously, we're teaming up with Metro Detroit Chevy dealers and Doggate. I know you just had the young lady on talking about Doggate, and we're super happy. We're going to raise a whole bunch of food for them. As you said, anything that pets need, and we're gonna fill up some Silverados here at Canterbury, just like we did last year with the toy bottomless toy chest. So exciting stuff happening at Canterbury over the next couple of weeks.
Oh, that is so great. Thank you for supporting them. It's a great organization. With that, Keith, so many parents must be so excited for this event. With that, for people that are going to be going for the Dino Stroll, what can they anticipate? What will they see?
Well, they're going to see uh, basically life-size dinosaurs. A lot of them move and growl. Actually, we just plugged some of them in this morning. I was just looking at my phone right before we got on the Zoom call here, and it's the first dinosaur we plugged in, and it is cool. And then obviously we're going to have all kinds of neat stuff like this for kids. You got little dinosaurs, you got stickers, you got little plush things that the kids are going to go crazy for. Mom and dads are going to love them. And of course, you have to, you got to throw out a tie-dye T-shirt, because there was tie-dye back in the dinosaur era, wasn't there?
Absolutely. Who said dinosaurs are extinct, right?
Exactly. Well, they're not extinct at Canterbury Village. We have about 75 of them. They look alive and well out here.
Keith Aldridge with us here on the MegaCast. He's the owner of Canterbury Village. And Keith, you and your team have been doing such a great job of trying to find fun events to attract people to the village. How did you come up with this one?
Well, like you said, we had to think outside the box in 2020, and a lot of things went right for us. Luckily, knock on wood, superstitious. And we were just kind of brainstorming after our big holiday stroll and thinking of things that we could do for fun family and cheap entertainment for families, inexpensive. Not to say that a Tigers game and a Red Wings game is not a lot of fun for families, but they can get pricey. And trust me, I played professional hockey, so, I love hockey. And so we were just trying to think, what can we do for families, cheap entertainment, bring the families together on Friday, Saturdays. A lot of parents are both working these days. So how can you spend quality time together? And then we were just kind of brainstorming what we could do, and dinosaurs popped in our head. And lo and behold, we have as I said, about 75 of them. They're really cool, and the reaction in our community has been unbelievable so far.
So with that, again, we're talking with Keith Aldridge with us here on the MegaCast from Canterbury Village. This is mainly an outdoor event as well, correct?
It's all outdoors at Canterbury Village. It's on our 21-acre campus, and it's just a stroll through. The kids can get up and close to the dinosaurs, read some history about them, and it's going to be pretty cool. And we have costumes that have people in them that are super lifelike. If you've seen any of our videos around, we've been in Detroit the last couple of weeks, having some great footage put down there. But I tell you what, we're shooting a commercial at Metro Detroit at a Chevy dealer last week or 2 weeks ago. And you would have thought that the Beatles had landed in the dealership. Everybody stopped what they were doing. It didn't matter if you were on a sales call or not. You just stopped what you were doing. The whole dealership, customers, the employees all ran up to our dinosaur. And I was like sitting back going, holy cow, where's Paul? I mean, where's John? It was unbelievable, the reaction. And then we took them down to Lafayette, Coney Island the other day. I mean, we had cops stopping, doing U-E's in the street, buses stopping. It was pandemonium. It was like, this is unbelievable. And the little kids were running up to them, and just, it's just a lot of fun.
Dinosaurs aren't just for kids.
I think some of the moms like them better. I mean, holy cow, we got this one mom that stopped at Canterbury Village. Channel 4 got her on live TV. She was going crazy. That she was more excited than her two daughters. It was great to see.
So with that, Keith, tell us what days are the events? Because I believe it's a couple weekends, and how can people get tickets?
Well, you can go to or dinostroll.com. Obviously, you can go to bigtickets.com. They're our ticket supplier. Or you can just go to our canterburyvillage.com or our Facebook page, and all the links are right there. So pretty simple to find us.
I think
Um,
you've been so great and so creative at trying to bring events to Canterbury Village and to help the small businesses stay open during this time. What other events do you have going on?
Well, we actually just ordered some dragons from the same company that we're doing with. So we're going to do a big medieval type slash stroll come July. They're just getting built right now. It's going to be really cool. I mean, we're going to take, the thing they do up in Holly to the next level. And I'm not, they do a great job up there. I've been there a few times. Well, the Renaissance Festival, they do a great job. But we're going to interact. Real life-size dragons that move and growl, and it's going to be pretty high end. And then I think right now it looks like we're going to be able to execute our big food festivals that we do out here at Canterbury, which we did in 2019. So those are all on track right now, and it looks like, as everybody's getting vaccinated and things are opening up, that we should be able to execute those this year.
Yeah, you have so many great events. You guys have been creative. I will say, we did the Halloween stroll as well as the holiday lights. Both events are so nice, and plus, it's like you said, it's outdoors as well. And but what's it been like for some of the small businesses there at the village?
Well, knock on wood, we were probably the only brick and mortar retail location last year that was actually up, and we were up about 60%. Because I do run one of the stores at the village. Everything is leased out with private small business owners. But our Michigan market, with all 60, 65 vendors in there, I control the sales and everything. So our Michigan store was actually up 65% last year, if you can believe it.
Wow.
And when I say that, we were probably the only brick and mortar store in Metro Detroit that was up for sales from compared to 2019.
That is really great to hear as well. And with that too, Keith, do you think this is going to be something that sticks around from here on out, these events that you've been doing?
Oh, yes, that's, as I bought Canterbury from my father and my parents last year, we're just going to we're building Canterbury into, huge and one of Metro Detroit's best family event centers, weekend event centers with, shopping some weekends, events some weekends, food festivals some weekends. So our team has been very creative. They're doing a great job. Our charity causes have been great. Like this one, we're teaming up with Jay Towers on next Thursday, raising some money for him. And then obviously with Metro Detroit Chevy dealers and Dog Aid. And then we actually opened up a village food pantry here on campus with partnership with Woodside Bible Church. And our food donations have been unbelievable. Actually, the church actually said, Keith, can you settle down a little bit? We don't have enough room yet. So actually, I'm starting to store all the food in my restaurant that's closed. So a lot of great stuff going on at Canterbury. And me and my wife are just super excited to be part of the community and our charity aspects that we're doing. So it's lots of fun out here.
But it's great. It's almost like you're creating a new experience of shopping with entertainment.
Yeah, and that's our goal, and it's working out very, very well for us. And families love our architecture and our 21-acre campus, which is beautiful to walk around. You got Yates Cider Mill, you got the Sea Pub, you got lots of great shopping. So there's lots to do out at Canterbury. It's a nice, cheap afternoon for families.
And so with that, Keith, can I ask you, you mentioned briefly the closed restaurant. Is it going to stay closed?
Well, I can't execute weddings right now, so the main driver in that particular building, it's a very big building. It's 38,000 square feet. Um, I don't know what I'm going to do. Actually, we're talking about converting it into a haunted house right now. I actually bought a couple used haunted houses and I already hired somebody. So that, kind of let the cat out of the bag. It will turn into a haunted house.
I could just see that conversation. Oh, hey, by the way, honey, I bought a haunted house today.
Yes, I did. And two of them. And they're getting shipped in from New York. So yeah, my wife's really kind of just sitting back laughing about this stuff, with the dinosaurs and everything that we're doing. But, she's into it and she does a great job with our family. So we're pretty lucky.
You know what? I can see right now the potential for some future weddings, though, a haunted house wedding.
You never know what's going to happen. And yeah, it should be very interesting. And I'm looking forward to the haunted house business. And obviously, if we run it right, it can do a lot of good. And obviously, we'll have a charity component as well with our haunted house, which is super important to us. So everything is coming into play and it should come into fruition here in October.
So with that, Keith, with the word about, the vaccines, and now the CDC with the mask guidance, are you a little bit more hopeful as a business owner?
Um, well, obviously with our open air markets last year and our open strolls, we got lucky. We did very well. As far as my restaurant business, I'm already taking steps to convert that into something else. And thank God we figured how to make money outside of the restaurant business because it's a huge driver for me at Canterbury. So we count our blessings every day, and probably the only thing I'm frustrated about is the restaurant business right now. And I know a lot of people are, and but it's just one of those things. What can you do? You better figure out how to do something else, I guess.
Right. And you know what? This might be your silver lining, though, is to come up. You had to be creative. You've done so. And it really could launch you into a brighter future because there's definitely nothing like what you're doing anywhere near us.
Correct. We're a pretty unique venue, and we're catering to the Metro Detroit families, I should say, and we're giving them, a very good product at a very reasonable price. And our response with our families has been super, super positive. So I'm happy, and plus, I'm a big family man. I love, my boys are getting older now, and so now I watch little kids run around here, and it gets me pretty excited.
It allows you to be a kid again.
It does. Maybe I could borrow a kid for an afternoon or something like that. But I can't believe how fast it's gone. My three boys, I'm almost an empty nester, if you can believe it, and time has flown by for us.
Oh, so with that, Keith, we do know that for so many business owners, the frustration right now is really mounting, trying to find enough employees. How is that working out there with you?
Well, that's, the one reason we haven't opened the Sea Pub restaurant, which is the, casual dining, is I can't find employees. We're fortunate as well. I'm also in the golf business right up the street at Indianwood Golf and Country Club. We can't find workers for the golf course right now. And everybody I talk to, I know some people that own McDonald's restaurants, and the owners are actually working the drive-through window. I have a gentleman that owns a Dairy Queen. He can't open up during the day because he can't find any employees during the day.
Wow.
So yeah, that's a huge problem, and somebody in Washington better figure this out real quick, or we're going to have a real problem.
Right. We do know several states have already dropped receiving the additional federal unemployment money as a way to try to address the employee shortage, especially going into the summer months, tourism. And that's when so many of the businesses really make their money to sustain them for the rest of the year.
Correct. I mean, what's Michigan built on besides, the automotive business? I mean, we're third in the union with golf courses. Up north with the shopping and the hotels and the restaurants. I could just imagine, them trying to find people to work up north this summer. It's going to be a real mess. And
Well, I will say I'm looking at your website right now, so I'll be happy to volunteer to work the Arts Cider Ice Cream and Donuts Fest. Let's see, how about the Taco Fest, the Michigan Hippie Veggie Fest? I might skip that one. But definitely, the Rib Fest and the Truck Rally. I'm down with the Truck Rally. So you have so many cool things going on. And so you've been so creative in trying to do that. Hey, real quickly, what is today? Can I ask you about the flower art and home improvement show? That's this weekend?
Yep, that's this weekend. We got beautiful flowers. They're already out on our campus already. Scott's Farm Market brought in a couple of truckloads of beautiful flowers. Obviously, now I think we're clear of the frost. So I think, people are ready to start putting them in the ground this weekend. And we have a huge, wide selection of that. And then we have some home improvement people on site. And then obviously our great Michigan vendors that are here every weekend. And it's just a nice weekend to get out of the house. It is free, just $5 for parking. And then we do ask if people could bring canned goods for our new food pantry on our campus.
Well, thank you again for always taking time to be with us here on the show. We want to let people also remind you the Dino Stroll is going to be happening May 20th through 23rd and the 28th through the 30th. Get your tickets because I'm sure it's going to sell out quite quickly.
We're almost sold out. Yep, we're getting to the point where we're getting pretty limited on tickets, actually.
Well, Keith, anything maybe I didn't talk about that you want to add before we say goodbye?
Nope, let's just make sure that if you're coming out to Canterbury, please bring some cans for dog aid, bring some, collars, bring some leashes, things of that nature. That's helped dog aid out. They partner with us with Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. And, you can never give back enough to the great community of Detroit.
Well, thank you too for supporting such organizations. Keith Aldridge, owner at Canterbury Village. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. I hope maybe you can come out here and get some flowers this weekend.
It's on my list. Let me tell you, it's just a matter of trying to work the schedule. So thanks again. We appreciate your time.
Okay. Bye-bye. Have a great one.